No, I'm super duper 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 snitch mode. And if you come into my on my property when I'm older, well, I will be snitching. And you will end up with some, well, I would say stitches, but I'll say sutures.
It's on with who? It's on with cheese it. Long dry.
I plan on buying like something nice here in Canada. Like, I don't know. How about Canadian palaces? Canadian castles? Yeah, we have them. Lots of them. If you did not know, we have a lot of Canadian castles here in Canada. Castles here in Canada. Yeah, and guess what? Some of them are purchasable. So if that ever did came to the time, and I've heard people say, "Well, burn your castle down, Tom." Well, I'm working on proper procedures. Well, you just won't burn my castle down. And look, it's stone, and all that. And I'm in a castle right now, pretty much, but it's a shared castle. And my shared castle is pretty good. It's a $7 million castle. My little section of the castle, which is actually condominium units, it's a castle style condominium building to a certain extent. We have the stone and everything like the castle. But anyways, like a castle would. Stone is the safest thing. Nobody can penetrate that. It's way better than having a siding or anything. See, stone is great. If you're of high hierarchy, imagine if you were attacked and somebody shot some bullets upon you, they would not even entereth the castle. You would be inside your castle here, maybe enjoying some piano and reading a book and whatnot, and maybe someone fires a shot at your castle. It just wouldn't penetrate it, period. Then you can move and retaliate if need be, if you're of that nomenclature or whatever. But generally, that's why the castles are all stone. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could throw. Yeah, how they would do it is well, you've heard of the Trojan story where they got into that castle or whatever it was. Where they took the horse and whatnot. But there's big castles, like look at the chateau. That's in Banff or whatever. I don't know what that is, but there's a couple castles that are like hotels too. But I want a private castle. There's a lot of really nice mansions in Canada for sale that are available. Kings and queens have made Canada's castle hotels their home during their tours here. But there's also private castles that kings and queens could make their permanent castle here in Canada if they so very had the money to do so. So why not start the race into castle buying? That's my goal. To become a king, a true king here in Canada. There's many kings in Canada, but who is the highest of the high kings? The most high king. That's what time it's became in Canada. We are looking upon to find the most high king. One that actually lives in the castle, and all that. Imperial, royal, noble, gentry, and chival, chival, chivalric ranks in Europe. Chivalric, chivalric. I don't know. There's different pronunciations to that one. Traditional rank amongst European royalty. peers, and nobility is rooted in late antiquity and the Middle Ages. Although they vary over time and among geographic regions, the following is a reasonably comprehensive list that provides information on both general ranks and specific. So I just learned something great about how royalty not just comes from your parents, but I always talk about ancestry, but it seems to be like if you were rooted to nobility back to the late antiquities to our current time and Middle Ages, you are potentially royal today. How do you do that? Well, you have to learn your royalty. Once you learn your royalty, you can take advantage of that, almost like magic. And guess what? One thing that I always stood up for and sacrificed my life for was the fact that Canada is a monarchy. And I have had people that said they were going to gut me like a fish, and this, that, and the other. That we are not a monarchy of the United Kingdom. That the Queen is not our Queen. That the Queen is not on our money. But she did. She is, and she still remains the Queen. So I very well may be in princehood. Just as he never left his princehood, he never became a king. Prince Charles never became a king. He died a prince. It's a weird situation where maybe I'm not a prince, I just was always a king. Maybe he gave me his kingdom. And the reason why he never became a king was because I took his kinghood from him. I'm not sure. But anyways, he died a prince and I could die a king. Donald Trump, is he a king? Or is he just a normal person? Or are all kings just normal people and maybe it's just a mind state or an attitude you go in certain times and those certain times may be recorded and remembered and that is why you're remembered as a king, but generally you're just a normal person that goes through bouts of the desire and the thirst and lifestyle of being a king and whatnot. It's something you're just born to be, like the king lion. You just are the bigger lion. You're just the smarter lion. Just so happens you know how to bring in the bacon. It just so happens they surround you like that. That your mane shines the way it does and looks the way it does when they take photos of you. That they provide offerings like this to you no matter what. Well, yeah, they want to kill your babies and whatnot like that. Simba. But at the opposite side of the spectrum, like you've seen, there's good kings and there is bad kings and people in power. Because and didn't he have to fight somebody that was a bad king? Mufasa, wasn't it not? Scar. And didn't he end up dying or something or the other? The good king? I got to see it in theaters, The Lion King. Newest one. And I remember when I was a kid when it came out, The Lion King. The original one because I was born in 1993 and that movie came out in 1994, so it just so happened that was a big one in my life. Where did I get to go see it? Was it London or Toronto? Maybe Brampton. I went and seen it all by myself, and that was a great